What are the best harmonies for black metal? Definitely not those ones. So ultimately, the best harmonies for black metal are the ones that sound the best. However, to help you find your harmonies, I've made this video. So what I've done is created a very basic riff, black metal riff, and then I've created harmonies over the top. So common harmonies I've used are octaves, thirds, fourths, fifths, and that when I say thirds I mean major thirds and minor thirds. I've also put in minor sixths as well. So what you will notice when you listen to these is, because I'm playing pure harmonies, I'm not looking at the key on most of them, is that some of the notes will sound really good and some of the notes will sound really bad. So then what I've done at the end is shown you how to create a harmony using variation of those different notes. So octaves, thirds, fourths, fifths, sixths, and unison notes as well. So first of all I'll show you the riff, and then I will show you the different harmonies that I've used, and then I'll show you how to create an ultimate one at the end. So here is the riff. So the riff is tremolo picked, and I'm playing on the bottom E string, fret 5, onto the A string, 7, 8, 7, onto the bottom string, fret 3, onto the A, 5, 7, 5, onto the bottom string, fret 1, onto the A, 3, 5, 3, stay on the A, play fret 2, and then fret 4 of the E. So slowly. And then I'll just finish with a power chord on the 5th fret of the E. So the way I've played these riffs is I've played the first half of the riff the standard way. And then the second half of the riff I've introduced the harmony. So the first harmony will be an octave. So to find an octave, all you do is you count up 2 frets. So this is the original note, and then you come down 2 strings. Okay, so we're going to go, and then we're going to come up to the octave, so count up 2, 1, 2, down 2, 1, 2. Okay, so it will be exactly the same pattern as that, but it's just up an octave. So very similar thing, I'm playing a fifth this time. So we're going to start the normal way. Okay, then we're going to come up a fifth. So to find a fifth, if you just play a power chord from that note, there's your fifth. So we're going to play the same pattern. So that's where you find a fifth. So just up 2 frets and then down 1 string instead of 2. Next up is a minor third. So to find a minor third, take your root note and just count up 3 frets. Okay, so we're going to play the first half. Then the second half we're going to come up a third. And then we're going to play the same pattern. Okay, so again, to find a third, start on your root and count up 3. You can also start on the next string and count back 2. So that's the same note. So next up is a major third. So 2 ways to find a major third. So take your root note and count up 4 frets. So okay, the other way to do it is to count back 1 fret and then move down 1 string. Same note. So again, up 4 frets or down 1 fret and a string. So the next harmony is a fourth or perfect fourth. So to find a perfect fourth, you simply stay on the same fret but come down one string. So okay, so one more time, same fret, come down one string. And the final harmony that I've looked at is a minor sixth. So we're going to count up 3 frets and down one string. Okay, so there are other harmonies you can use. So for example, you could use a diminished fifth. So on a diminished fifth, all you're doing is counting up 1 fret and then coming down 1 string. A major sixth. So there you're going up 4 frets and down 1 string. So why is it that some of these notes sound really good and some of them sound really bad? Well, it's because we are playing this riff in a scale. So, and that is the A harmonic minor scale. So when you're playing notes that are within that scale, over the top of other notes that are in that scale, as long as the harmonies are figured out properly, then it will sound really good. If you're using notes that aren't in the scale, it will sound really bad. So if I'm playing, sorry, that note is actually in the scale. Okay, you're going to get some bad sounding harmonies. But if you're using harmonies that are in the scale, then you're going to get some good sounding harmonies. So what I've done is create the final riff, which uses a combination of the other harmony types, and they're all in the scale, all in the key, so it sounds a lot better. So have a listen to that and then have a go at creating some of your own harmonies. So try using thirds, fourths, fifths, sixths, octaves, unison notes, and try and keep the notes within the key. So for example, if you're playing the A, then you can play an octave, fifth, fourth, a major third, although that isn't in the key, it will still sound good. A minor third, which will sound a bit more black metal. Okay. When you're using the G sharp, you've got the B, you've got the E, you've got the octave, you've got the major 6, okay, so there are lots of different possibilities. You've also got the minor 6, and they both sound good. So there are lots of possibilities, so have a go at creating a simple one note at a time riff. You know, don't put loads of chords in there because it's harder to harmonise on chords. So use some one note riffs. You can start with something really simple like that and try different harmonies from within the key and that follow those basic rules. So unison notes, minor thirds, major thirds, fourths, fifths, and perfect 6. Sorry, major 6. So have a go at creating really simple one note at a time riffs. And the reason I say one note at a time riffs is because if you're playing chords or power chords, it's harder to harmonise. So just create some really simple one note at a time riff, and then using those basic guidelines, so unison notes, which is the same note, minor thirds, major thirds, fourths, fifths, and sixths. Try harmonising over the top of it and seeing what harmonies and melodies you can come up with. I hope you found that useful. Please subscribe. The amp I'm using is a Laney LH50 head and it's set up like that.